안녕하세요. 민페이씨 싱가포르 남자입니다. 네, 안녕하세요, 여러분들. So, believe it or not, one of the most common questions I get in real life, okay, are people asking me, what is the purpose of life? Now, first of all, I feel very honored and very humble, okay, that people want to ask me what I think is the purpose of life. That means I must have been doing something really correct with my life, okay? So, yeah, thank you if you're one of them who have asked me this question. But anyways, I decided to share because I do have the definitive answer for the purpose of life. And the good news is this: I'm not gonna say the purpose of life is to serve God, okay? I'm not here to preach a religion thing, okay? So I'm gonna tell you very, very practical reason and almost indisputable reason for the purpose of life. And the good thing is, if you have been following me over the past few years on my channel and on my social media, you pretty much see me live my life according to the purpose of life. Yes, it's that powerful. If you like the way I live my life, then my definition of the purpose of life must be very true and very good. Okay? Are you ready? Now here it goes. How do you know the purpose of, let's say, a machine or even this sofa? How do you know the purpose of this sofa? When you see a piece of furniture, you see the shape. How do you know what that furniture is for? How do you know what's the purpose of that furniture or that machine without even reading the user manual? Now, how many of you read the user manual for your washing machine and your sofa? No, right? Nobody. Why? So how do you tell their purpose if you do not even read the manual? Very simple. By looking at their functionality. That's how we know the purpose of everything in this world. We look at this washing machine. We know it's a washing machine because we see a tumbling tub. You see a tumbling tub, and then you see this. Then you see the thing. Okay, it's for washing clothes. You see the shape of this sofa. It's for sitting. You see a sofa that's shaped like this. It's for inclining. And then you automatically know where to put it in your house and when to sit on it for what purpose, right? You know the purpose of everything in the world by examining its functional parts. So why should human be any different? In fact, this whole thing applies to animals, you know. If you look at a lion, you compare the difference between a lion and an elephant, you immediately know their purpose in life. The elephant is to use the nose to pick things up, and most likely like a vegetable thing because it don't have teeth and they eat. And the lion with all that muscle and all that teeth is for catching animal and killing them. You see, their purpose is defined by their function. So why should human be any different? Okay, so now let's get to the point now. So what is the purpose of human life? Now let me ask you. Let's examine this machine, this biological machine called a body. We have 2 arms, 2 legs. Now, if I cut off your arms today, are you still you? If you cut off my arms today, I'm still Jason. I'm still Limpe. I'm still Mr. Limpe. If I cut off both your legs as well, are you still you? If you cut off both my legs and both my arms, I'm still Mr. Limpe. I'm still Mr. Limpe without the arms and legs. Now, can you still survive? Yes, you're still surviving without arms and legs. You can still live your life. In fact, some people without arms and legs live a better life than some people, okay? They have books, they have a huge following, right? So, now, let's say we remove one kidney or a liver. Will you still survive? Yes. If you cut off parts of your intestine, will you survive? Yes. You cut off half your lung, will you survive? Yes. So if you can remove all these things and still be you, what is the only thing in your body then? What is this thing here that actually defines who you are? What is the only thing you cannot cut away and still be you? You can replace your heart and still be you, right? I can have a heart surgery, I put in a mechanical heart or someone else's heart or even a pig heart, and I'll still be Mr. Lim Pei, right? So what is the only part that you can cut off that you cease to be you? And now, I'm not even talking about the head, you know. You can cut off your nose and still be you. You cut off both ears and still be you. You're blind, you still be you. You're mute, you still be you. You're deaf, you still be you. Right? It's the brain. In essence, everything you see as the human body is in service of the brain only. You start to get it? You start to get it now? Everything you see is me is actually not you. Everything, your arms, your legs, your every organ, even your heart, your face, your eyes, your everything, they exist only for the purpose of the survival of your brain. So, if you look at it this way, the only thing that is you is the brain, nothing else. You can change everything else and still be you. You can be without everything else and still be you as long as your brain is still functioning. That's why everything we do is serving the brain. We have arms and legs to get food so that we can eat it. We have stomach so that we can process the food, and we have the system to bring the food and nutrients to the brain. So eventually the whole thing about life is to keep the brain alive. Okay, that's still not the purpose of life. Now you know what are you. What are you? Okay, you're literally just a brain. Now here's the biggie. So what's the purpose? So what's the purpose of life? Now it becomes very easy to define. What's the purpose of your brain? The purpose of your brain is the purpose of life. Why? Because your brain is you, nothing else. Right? Get it so far? Okay. Now, what is the purpose of your brain? The purpose of your brain is a computer hard disk to store information only. Your brain exists to store data. I think we're getting it, right? Since our brain exists to store data, what is data? Data is experiences. And therefore, the whole purpose of life, the whole reason why your brain needs to survive, and the whole reason why you have this whole body to make sure the brain survives, is so that you can experience more and more and more and more and more different things in this world. This brain exists to collect this information, this experience as information. It exists to store all of this information and experiences, experiencing as much life as possible, experiencing the good, the bad, the up, the down, every different country, every different culture, every different food, every different language. That is the purpose of life. And those of you who have been following me for many years, you know this is exactly how I live my life. When I want to experience something, I go all out. So I have been many things. I can't even call myself an options trader or a YouTuber or anything anymore. I'm everything. I have been everything. And in fact, most recently until my injury, I was a professional fighter. I experienced everything. That's what I have been. That's the whole central theme of my life all over the world, in fact, probably all the way since I'm born. Okay, but more so and more expressed over the past 20 years of my living in various countries all over the world. So now, do you understand what the true purpose of life is now? So don't let anyone tell you the purpose of life is to serve God. If you want to serve God, that's your choice. But it's not the purpose of life. It's your choice to do. Yes, it's a good choice. Or I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a good or bad choice. Good or bad is a moral judgment. But if it works for you, it works for you. But just know that the only thing that is you, the only thing that you call you is only function, is actually to collect data. And if you deny it is only function, that's when you feel frustrated with life. That's when you feel like your life is restricted. That's when you feel like or you feel like suffocating and dying in your daily life in the same old routine, right? What do you think? Is this mind-blowing? What do you think is purpose of life? Share with me in the comments below. Annyeong.